Happy Thursday and welcome back to A Safe Place. If you're new here, my name is Mariah. And I'm gonna go ahead and apologize for the tissue in my hand and the fact that I look like a Puffs Plus kid. But my allergies here in Tennessee have bested me this year. And my nose is running off my face. So I hope that you are having the absolute best week. If you are new here, we are currently going through the book of Hebrews in the season of Lent. And today we are going to be in chapter 8. So let's see what's happening and then we'll get started. All right, what does it say? The new covenant mediated by Christ is superior to the old covenant mediated by Moses. Now the point in what we are saying is this. We have such a high priest, one who is seated at the right hand of the throne of the majesty in heaven, a minister in the holy places, in the true tent that the Lord set up, not man. For every high priest is appointed to offer gifts and sacrifices. Thus it is necessary for this priest also to have something to offer. Now if he were on earth, he would not be a priest at all, since there are priests who offer gifts according to the law. They serve a copy and a shadow of the heavenly things. For when Moses was about to erect the tent, he was instructed by God, saying, "See that you make everything according to the pattern that was shown you on the mountain." But as it is, Christ has obtained a ministry that is as much more excellent than the old as the covenant he mediates is better, since it is enacted on better promises. For if that first covenant had been faultless, there would have been no occasion to look for a second. For he finds fault with them when he says, "Behold, the days are coming, declares the Lord, when I will establish a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah, not like the covenant that I made with their fathers on the day when I took them by hand to bring them out of the land of Egypt. For they did not continue in my covenant, and so I showed no concern for them, declares the Lord. For this is the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel after those days, declared the Lord. I will put my laws into their hands and write them on their hearts, and I will be their God, and they shall be my people. And they shall not teach each one his neighbor and each one his brother, saying, Know the Lord, for they shall all know me, from the least of them to the greatest. For I will be merciful toward their iniquities, and I will remember their sins no more. In speaking of a new covenant, he makes the first one obsolete, and what is becoming obsolete and growing old is ready to vanish away. This group of Jewish Christians longed for the comfort of the familiar, the same tabernacle, laws, and sacrifices. The writer of Hebrews has arrived at the main point of his letter. The new covenant is superior to their old way of life. The law under Moses was written on stone tablets and required strict obedience. The new covenant is internalized, written in the heart of each believer, and unconditionally based on God's grace, not one's ability to keep the law. The first covenant is obsolete. It was time to move forward. Under which covenant are you living? Are you striving to keep the old covenant in an attempt to gain God's acceptance by what you do and what you accomplish, things that you're doing externally, volunteering, giving money, or just attending church? That's where Jesus comes in and tells you that there's a better way, right? That's what he was telling the Pharisees and the Sadducees. Entering into a covenant relationship with Jesus, a friendship with Jesus, isn't about what you do, but what he did on the cross for you. Are God's laws written on your mind, there to give you knowledge and direction about his will? Is God's law written on your heart, giving you the desire to follow his will? As you follow his will, the Holy Spirit will urge you to move ahead to new areas of the faith that you need greater maturity in. Lean on him. Create that friendship if you don't have it. And if you're wondering how to start that, your first step is prayer. Right? Your first step is prayer. And if you're wondering how to start in prayer, Matthew 6. Go to Matthew 6, read Matthew 6. Jesus tells you how to pray. It's a practice for a reason. It's not something that you're going to ever feel like you have down. And if you do feel like you have it down, please reach out to me, because I have yet to meet a Christian who's like, my prayer life, insanely great. Could not be better. That's what I'll say. Because you could have a great prayer life, but there's always a way to make it better. Anyway, I hope that you are not coming down with anything and that your allergies are great. And I hope that you're having the very best week. And if you're not, I pray that you would reach out to someone who loves and cares for you, because they are there and they are real and you are not alone. And if you think that they don't care, I promise that Jesus does. All right. I will see you back here next time for chapter 9.